This is a video I didn't think I'd really have to make. I really honestly didn't think I would be making this video on the 3rd of, literally 3 days into the new year. But today, the Thomas fandom has learned that Britt Allcroft, the lady, the creator of the Thomas and Friends television series that ran from 1984 to 2021, has sadly passed away at the age of 81. Um, I really don't know what to say. I honestly, truly don't. The news was announced by filmmaker Brandon Carty, who grew close to Bridge during the making of the 2023 documentary on Unlikely Fandom, which obviously was the impact of Thomas Tank. I'll just read it. It was with great sadness that I share with you the passing of Britt Allcroft. The Allcroft Wright family has asked me to bring this news to the Thomas fandom. The family is currently in mourning and asks that their privacy be respected at this time. She brought so much joy and happiness to people everywhere during her time on the earth. Over knowing the years of Britt, we developed a close connection. It was truly a privilege to have her as both a mentor and a friend, and I'm so glad that so many fans were able to meet her at the New York screening of An Unlikely Fandom, which obviously, like I said, occurred back in 2023. It was an absolute honor to have her in our documentary, and she has since remained a vocal supporter of our cause. I think I can speak on for the entirety of the fandom when I say that we will all deeply miss her. Without her, so many of us would have never met. Whilst I am devastated by her person, we can all find comfort that saddened that her legacy will endure forever through Thomas and his fans around the world. Rest in peace. I just don't know. I woke up to this news this morning. I did. If any of you wondering how I found out about the news, I posted it on the community tab. Earlier this morning it was when I also announced that this video was going to be made as a bit of a tribute to her. But I found out through one of Driver 3 Joe's videos. Again, you all know who Driver 3 Joe is. He's a YouTube reactor who's been a big fan of Thomas and Friends, who was highly critical of the show during its wobber years and also the reboot and the amount of rant videos he made on it. He actually posted a video on his YouTube channel that called Britt Allcroft has passed away. That was uploaded, I think, around the time was 2 hours ago. It was because Joe obviously lives in the States and I live here in the UK. I do. And at first I didn't believe it because, as we all know, there has been rumors about Britt's dying in the past. It has, and they've all turned out to be hoax. But I went online, and I found out that this was not a joke. This was literally reality. It was reality. It honestly took a while for it to sink in that the person who brought Wilbur Autry's books to life on television is no longer with us. We will be celebrating the 80th anniversary year in 2025 without her. That, I just can't get my head around that. I honestly really can't get my head around this, and this news has crushed me in every way, shape or form it has, because Thomas and Friends has been part of me and many other people's childhoods from across the world. Thomas is the reason why I'm a big enthusiast of the London Underground. Thomas was where my love of trains stemmed from. As you can see, I actually got these two new tube map, the new tube map, December 2024 tube map yesterday it was. And speaking of which, Britt actually passed away on the 27th of December 2024. So essentially 2 weeks after her 81st birthday and only 2 days after Christmas. What a period to die. Not a period to die. But this news has really hit me hard, like I said, because Thomas and Friends was a real essential part of my childhood. It was like, I just think back, it just brought me back, just hearing about Britt's passing just brought me back the memories of when I was little. I was, having my old Thomas shirt I did, having the Motor Road and Rail set I used to have, and the take along, tip of sheds and all the take along trains and all the, take along cards that I was obsessed, with collecting. I was My love of Thomas and Friends was thanks to this lady. Britt Allcroft helped shape my childhood. She did. Because obviously I'm autistic. Many Thomas fans are autistic because they were able to really find a connection with Thomas. It was, and I really wish I did a video when obviously the TV series turned 40 last October. But what Thomas and Friends means to me, not really time for any of this. What Thomas and Friends means to me, it means so much for me. Thomas and Friends helped me discover that whilst there are bad things that happen in life, good things can happen in life as well. Thomas taught me that no matter how down you get in life, things will always look on the up for you. No matter how dire or bleak the situation is, and is one of those examples. Obviously, my mum. You may have noticed that I did not upload any videos yesterday, but yesterday I went with me and my dad went to the hospital to support my mum, obviously, because she obviously had a surgery recently, and obviously I talked about it in my 2024 review video, how there was something that was found. She was a stage 3. She was at a 3 of something on her first mammogram, and how they had to remove a few things from the surgery she had in 12 December. We got the good news yesterday that it was all out. She was good. She's now in the all clear. She is, and that was so relieving to hear and made me so happy. And it brought me back to that time when I was when I was a kid watching Thomas. That no matter what life throws at you, good or bad things, you always have to look on the positive side. And that's what this show taught me, to look on the positive side. No matter how bad things are going for you, you always look on the bright side. What Thomas means to me, I just really love the appeal of the show. I did, made with fully hand models. It was, and the story behind of how Britt was able to bring this show to our TV screens was that she went through so much. She had to even, I think, rent out her home just so she could get the funding to greenlit like season 1. Speaking of which, Mattel, if you're watching this is another good reason to release that 1983 Down the Mine pilot. I really want that to this year. If there's anything that should be released this year, it's the Down the Mine pilot, especially now that Britt Allcroft has passed away. But yeah, this woman right here was the reason why childhood was so magical. The reason why I love Thomas and Friend, why it was that extra bit special. It was Thomas and Friends has meant so much to me since the day I was born. It helped me find a purpose. It's helping me find purposes in lives. It's how I met this unlikely fandom I was, and if it wasn't for this show, I honestly don't know where I would be. I really, really don't know where I would be without this show. This show defined my life. It did. It taught me that despite the up and downs life has, always look on the bright side. Never give up. I'm proud that this show was part of my childhood. I'm proud to be part of the Thomas fan, this huge Thomas fandom that has grown to be. I'm proud that I'm a YouTube reactor who reacts to fan-made Thomas videos, and I owe it all to Britt Allcroft. Thank you, Britt. Thank you so much for making me and millions of other people's childhoods across the world so magical. Cool. And so I will treasure every single moment of it for the rest of my life. Thank you, Britt. Thank you, Britt, for everything. So, yeah, I don't think there's really anything else I can say about this. Is that all I can do is just I send my condolences, thoughts, and prayers to Britt's friends and family during this very difficult time. Let me know you guys. You can let me know. You can pay your respects in the comments down below and tell me what Britt Allcroft means to you. I mean, I really hope she's happy in heaven. With Wilbur Audrey, David Midden, George Carlin, Michael Angelis. I thought losing Michael Angelis during the 75th anniversary back in 2020 hurt, but this, only 3 days into the 80th anniversary year, this this is literally a kick in the balls. It is really a kick in the balls. Yeah, just nothing really else to say other than thank you, Britt Croft, for everything that you've done, for making my childhood magical.